and so I really want to get to it before the end. Hi guys, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Taylor, and if you aren't new here, welcome back. If you have been keeping up with my videos, then you know I am being kicked out of my living space. But if you're new here and you don't know, basically, I live in my parents' basement and there was a minor sewage flood. Yes, I said sewage flood. A minor sewage flood that is causing me to be kicked out of my living space so they can replace all of the carpet in this area. Basically, they're going to pack up all of mine and my boyfriend's belongings, put it into a moving pod into our driveway, replace all the carpet and padding, fix some areas of the wall that they had to cut out, and then bring all of our stuff back in and unpack it. Okay, hi, this is Taylor from the editing booth. I just realized I forgot to tell you guys that not only do they have to do all those things I literally just mentioned, they also have to repaint the entire basement. Thankfully, it's just white paint, so it really should not be that difficult. But because they cut some of the wall where the flood was, they have to fix that part of the wall, and they're going to have to paint. And the paint has to match throughout the entire basement. It's a lot. But with the year I've been having, I honestly wouldn't expect any less. So to sort of prepare for everything, I have picked 14 books off of my shelves to bring with me so that I can have things to read. So in today's video, I'm actually going to show you the 14 books that I am taking off my shelves and bringing with me so that I can have books to read during this whole process. One of the most annoying things about this process is obviously the fact that it happened to begin with, but just the fact that I don't know how long I am going to be out of my living space. So I want to be prepared. You know, if nothing else, I am somebody who loves to be prepared. So I want to have enough reading material with me just in case. You never know. And again, especially with the year I've been having, it's like, I never know, you know, I never know what's going to happen. Every day it's something different. Every day it's something new. So at least I can be prepared with books to escape what's happening in my real life. Yeah. So yes, today I'm going to be going through the 14 books that I am bringing with me. I'm also going to bring my Kindle. Duh. I mean, why would I not bring my Kindle? I'm sure there's other things on my Kindle that I'm going to read or want to read, but these are just the 14 physical books that are on my shelves that I'm going to bring with me. The first book I'm bringing is Love in Winter Wonderland by Abiela Bello. I really hope I am saying that right, and I'm so sorry if I'm not. If you watched my Bookmas Day 1, which is my December/holiday TBR, you would know that I am really hoping to read this book this month. Also, the Holiday Switch by Tiff Marcello. This is another one that's in that Vlogmas Day 1 video. Another holiday read. I got this one at Barnes & Noble. It was on like the holiday table, and it's pretty short. It's like 264 pages, so I can probably get through this in like a day or two. But overall, it just sounds really cute. I do go over the synopsis of both of these in that Bookmas Day 1 video, so if you want to know what these are about, just go ahead and watch that one. Next up is Flawless by Elsie Silver. I have been wanting to get into the series for a very long time, especially since I love the Rebel Blue Ranch series by Lila Sage. That was like my introduction into cowboy romances, and everybody rants and raves about these cowboys, so I really want to get into this. And I thought, what better time than now, since I don't have other books to distract me from actually starting it. The next two are Legendborn and Bloodmarked by Tracy Deonn. Heather from Heath's Book Club has been ranting and raving about this, and she said that if you like Ninth House, then you will love Legendborn, which is crazy to me because I had no idea that this was anything like Ninth House. And if you've been following me at all this year, especially this like second half of the year, you will know that Ninth House is like probably my favorite read of the year. So I am actually very excited to read this because once I finished Ninth House, I immediately wanted to read something else like it. And she said that it's like it, so I'm really excited to read these two. Next up, we have Daydream by Hannah Grace. This came out like late August this year, and I'm actually very surprised that I have not read this, especially since I have been wanting to read about Henry since Henry was introduced, honestly. So I'm very surprised I haven't read this. Again, kind of going with the Flawless Elsie Silver vibe. I'm bringing this one with me basically so I have no other distractions because I have been wanting to read it since it came out. So the rest of the books were featured on my 10 before the end. I will place a picture here to show you guys exactly which books were on that list. I don't know what's gotten into me, I really don't, but every other book except for the books that are on my 10 before the end have been calling my name. So again, with the same trend, if I don't have any other distractions, I am really hoping I can actually sit down and read these books because I really, really, really do want to read them. There is a reason why these are on my 10 before the end, so I'm hoping I can actually sit down and read them. The first two we have Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. I got these in my birthday book haul. If you guys watched that video, I ordered these on Amazon because I love these covers way more than the US hardbacks, and obviously these are paperbacks, so of course I had to get these ones instead. I don't know what the hang up is about these two and why I have not actually sat down and read them, especially since I so badly want to read them. So I don't really know what's going on there, but I'm really hoping I can actually sit down, no distractions, and read them. Next up is If We Were Villains by Emma Rio. I got into a very big dark academia slump earlier this fall, which is very unfortunate because I really, really wanted to read this book in fall. I thoroughly enjoyed The Secret History by Donna Tartt, and everybody says that this book is basically the same, just in different font. I just really want to read it, and I did include it in my 10 before the end, so I really want to get to it before the end. Next up we have Beartown by Frederick Bachman. This one I have been actually waiting for the month of December to read this one because I wanted to read this when it was really, really cold. A lot of people say this book leaves them sobbing and it's very heartbreaking, and I just kind of wanted to do it in colder weather with, you know, the fireplace going, maybe a cup of hot cocoa. Just those vibes just seem very immaculate for me for this book, so I have honestly really just been waiting for this time to read this. Next we have Babel by R.F. Kuang. This has been my most anticipated read for probably forever. I did buy this one in my Barnes & Noble birthday book haul if you watched that video, and I still have not read it. I don't know, I think I have just been very intimidated to read this. Like, I have literally seen people like break down crying in the last like 100 pages of this book. And honestly, I was just very scared because it is a pretty thick book and the words are just very, very small. So I just have been kind of scared to read this. And also I just really thought that there would be a lot of flowery language and that I would have to actually use some brain cells to read this, which as of late, I haven't really had too many of those just because of with everything that's going on. So I've just been very scared to read this. But my friend Parky just read it and she said it's actually not as bad as I'm thinking it is. So that made me very excited, and I actually really do hope I get to this before the end of the year, and that is why I'm bringing it with me. And the last three books that I'm bringing with me during this whole basement renovation fiasco thing is the Poppy War trilogy, also by R.F. Kuang. Now, these were also featured on my 10 before the end, and if I'm being very honest, I'm not going to read these this year. Fully recognize and understand that. It's not going to happen for me. Now, if this whole basement thing lasts into the new year, these are the books that I'm actually thinking I'm wanting to read first or start off the new year with. So that is why I'm bringing them with me. Everybody that I know that has read this trilogy absolutely loves it, and they say it is so heartbreaking. A lot of politics in this trilogy as well, which I'm very excited to read. Again, like I said, I know I'm not going to get to it this year, but if this whole basement thing lasts into the new year, these are the books that I'm going to be starting with. So yeah, those are the 14 physical books off of my bookshelf that I am bringing with me during this whole basement thing. Hopefully it does not take too long. Fingers crossed, and please cross your fingers for me as well. We have had such a rough year, and honestly, I'm just ready for it to be over. If you have read any of these 14 books, please let me know. Like always, I love knowing what people think about books before I go into them. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.